Would you like to buy a home on a beautiful Italian island without spending a fortune? In this video, you'll discover the 7 islands where you can find properties starting at around 100,000 euros, often already in good condition and ready to move into. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. The first island I want to tell you about is Sant'Antioco, in the southwestern part of Sardinia. Sant'Antioco, connected to Sardinia by a narrow strip of land, takes its name from its main town, but along the coast you'll also find other small towns, while the inland remains almost completely uninhabited. The landscape alternates between white sandy beaches, rocky cliffs, and low hills covered with Mediterranean scrub. The average price per square meter is around 1,400 euros, but it can be higher in some coastal areas. Looking through listings, you will find interesting opportunities both in Sant'Antioco and in 𝗦𝗚𝗕𝗘𝗦, in the northern part of the island. With a budget of about 100,000 euros, or a little more, you can buy 67 square meters apartments or terraced houses just a few minutes' walk from the sea. The nearby Isola di San Pietro, just a few kilometers away, also offers good real estate options, especially in the town of Carloforte, the island's main center. In my search, I found several listings around 100,000 euros, many already move-in ready, with plenty of local charm. So, if you're looking for the most authentic Sardinia, with stunning sea view and still affordable prices, both islands are definitely worth considering. The second island on our list is Gallipoli, in Puglia, set in the heart of Salento. Now, some of you might object that Gallipoli isn't really an island. And in fact, it only is partially. The city is divided into 2 distinct areas. The historic center, located on a small limestone island connected to the mainland by a 17th century stone bridge, and the Borgo, the more modern part developed on the coast. The part that interests us is the Old Town, a real gem. Its streets form a maze, with houses built in the typical Lecce stone and interiors with vaulted ceilings, trademarks of Salento's Baroque style. Right now, the average price per square meter in the historic center is about 2,400 euros. Looking at listings, you will find plenty of options under 100,000 euros, usually small studios of 30-40 square meters, starting at around 60,000 euros. These are perfect as vacation homes for short-term rentals, a very profitable market in summer. With a slightly higher budget, a bit over 100,000 euros, you can find larger apartments of around 60 square meters, more suitable for year-round living or longer stays. Considering Gallipoli is one of the most popular destinations in Puglia, those prices are actually quite reasonable. Let's move to central Italy, in Tuscany, where we find the beautiful Isola d'Elba, the third largest island in Italy after Sicily and Sardinia. Elba is best known for 3 things: Napoleon's exile, its breathtaking natural beauty, and its luxury real estate market. That said, while Portoferraio in the west has the highest prices, moving toward the northeast, you can find more affordable options. This area has several towns. For reference, let's take the town of Rio, where the average property price is about 3,000 euros per square meter. Of course, this changes by location. Coastal areas tend to be more expensive, while inland areas are more affordable. With a budget under 100,000 euros, you can find apartments, especially in Rio nell'Elba, just 10 minutes from the sea. Raising your budget to around 100,000 euros or a little more, you can also find homes in Rio Marina on the coast. These are typically 30-50 square meter homes, often already move-in ready. Looking at listings, this is the most common type of property available. If you want something bigger, with at least 2 bedrooms, you'll need to consider spending over €150,000. Back to Sardinia, this time in the north, where we find the island of 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗗, one of the region's true gems. The island is part of an archipelago of over 60 islands of the Costa Smeralda, between Sardinia and Corsica. The main town is 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗗, which gives the island its name, and this is where most homes and services are located. The average home price here is about €2,800 per square meter, among the highest we've seen so far, due to high tourist demand. Even so, there are still affordable options. For example, one-bedroom apartments just minutes from the sea, starting at around €100,000. That said, compared to Sant'Antioco and San Pietro, this island is far more crowded in summer, so much so that people have even talked about an over-tourism emergency. If you're looking for a very quiet spot, you might prefer another island instead. Next up is a very unusual island in central Italy, in Lazio, and I'm sure most of you have never heard of it, because it isn't in the sea. This is 𝗦𝗨𝗚𝗚𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗗, created by the river Liri, which splits into 2 branches, forming a natural island where the town's historic center was built, one of the very few inhabited river islands in Italy. It's a small place, but the setting is truly unique, especially because the river creates 2 spectacular waterfalls that run right through the town, something you won't find anywhere else in Europe. According to official data, the average price per square meter in the municipality is under €800. But that figure covers the whole area, including neighborhoods outside the island. In the historic center, prices are higher, both from the charm and uniqueness of the location and the very limited supply of homes. Even so, I managed to find 2 accessible options right on the island. One is a renovated modern-style apartment, while the other is a large traditional home in a historic building. 𝗦𝗨𝗚𝗚𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗗 is a unique and original alternative to the usual sea islands. It offers peace, history, and it's easy to reach, with no ferry required. Back to the south, in Sicily, one of the most affordable regions in Italy. Speaking of budget-friendly homes, the next island also offers very interesting deals. Lipari, in the province of Messina, part of the Aeolian Islands. Lipari's landscape is mostly mountainous and hilly, with volcanic rock, tough stone, and rugged coastlines. To give you an idea of prices, let's look at the town of Lipari, which also gives the island its name. Here, the average property price is around €2,400 per square meter. Browsing the listings, I found several move-in-ready options starting at about €100,000. These are mostly small one-bedroom apartments, just a short walk from the sea, either in Lipari town or its hamlets. The nearby island of Salina, north of Lipari, also offers some interesting listings, like this renovated 2-room apartment with an amazing view of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Last but not least, we have Italy's 2 largest islands, Sicily and Sardinia, which need no introduction. Both offer plenty of real estate opportunities, though at very different average prices. In Sicily, around €1,200 per square meter, while in Sardinia, about €2,400 per square meter. This big difference comes from Sardinia's strong luxury housing market, especially in the north, where high values drive up the regional average. That said, both islands still offer many affordable homes, both along the coast and inland. I would have liked to include other beautiful islands, like Favignana and Pantelleria, both in Sicily, but the real estate supply there is very limited, and starting prices for homes in good condition are well above 100,000 euros, even if once in a while you might find a deal. As you've seen, with a budget of about 100,000 euros, you can mostly find smaller apartments, usually with 1 or 2 bedrooms. Getting closer to 150,000 euros, you can consider larger homes, with more spacious living areas and bedrooms. Keep in mind that small homes are the most common on Italian islands, because over the last 30 years, the market has adapted to tourist demand. Foreign buyers mostly looked for small places for short stays, and many investors followed that trend. That's why smaller units became the most common and remain the easiest to sell or rent out. In the video description, you'll find 2 useful resources: a link to a file with the most interesting listings from the islands in this video, and my guide where I explain everything you need to know about buying a home in Italy. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you won't miss future content. Ciao!